Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Talking Cinema. This time it's a very special one. I'm joined here with my good friend.
Hello there, my name is Matt, aka Rambo for Life, and thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining me. Sorry, I'm getting used to this whole new thing where I'm showing my screen and everything. So, I thought we'd start out talking about some thoughts on trailers. I haven't seen the King Arthur trailer yet, or Beauty and the Beast. I don't really care about Beauty and the Beast. I haven't seen that film, the animated movie, since I was a kid. I don't ever really remember being the biggest fan of that one either. So, but I would like to talk about, but I can talk about that later when we get to the movie news thing. Power Rangers, I don't know. I might see that in the theater, I might not. We shall see. Colossal looks like a film that is going to be set up for a colossal failure because it looks way too overhyped by the trailers. There's just all these different quotes from all these different critics and all these different websites and outlets that are all like, it's great, it's amazing, it's spectacular, it's 5 stars. And I'm like, it just looks like a movie where Anne Hathaway is playing some quirky girl who all of a sudden has control over a monster. I just don't see how this is going to be that great of a film. Like, it'd be okay, but maybe it'll be amazing. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Not sure about that. Yeah.
It looks like New Girl meets not Colossal, because that's a movie. It looks like New Girl meets Cloverfield.
Yeah, I can see that.
Next trailer I want to mention briefly is this one, Mine, which is a film that I like the idea of it. It's a soldier who's caught in, I think somewhere in Iraq, somewhere around there in the Middle East, and he's alone, but now he's alone. He had another partner of his, but the trailer basically gives away what happens to him. But anyway, the whole premise of it is he has to find a way to survive in this desert that's full of landmines. It's just a shame that they have a landmine of an actor in Armie Hammer, as the lead, which is going to blow up in my face and in everyone's faces who decided to see the film. So that's a bummer.
One big bummer.
Nice. Good one, Becky.
Call me Becky one more time, I'll pop your tops. All 6 of them.
That's about the size of it, Bubba. Alright, so the other trailer I wanted to mention real quickly is The House, the new comedy with, I think that's Amy Poehler, I think. And I believe that's who it is, and Will Ferrell. Now, Will Ferrell, I think he's kind of been sliding lately. Like, what's the last good film he's been in? So it wasn't Get Hard.
Will Ferrell. The other guys?
Yeah, I really like that one. So yeah, it's been pretty much downhill since the other guys. And The House looks like it's more of the same. It just looks like another generic, just forgettable comedy to me.
Yeah, I have no interest in
it. Ghost in the Shell, I actually like the trailers. I've been liking the trailers a lot, except, the first trailer it has a good cover of a song, but it does sound bad. I mean, especially like one part of it. I think it's, what's the name of the song? Something Silence?
Sound of Silence?
No. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I know.
I
know.
But it sounds like there's one lyric in it that's supposed to be eyes or arms, but it sounds like ass.
Yeah, I think the lyric says "in my eyes," but the way it sounds is "in my eyes."
Yeah.
But I mean, it's "Enjoy the Silence."
Yeah.
That's the name of the song.
All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was right here in my ass.
But the movie, you look forward to it?
I do actually, because I think it looks visually stunning. It reminds me of Blade Runner. I know there'll be some liberties taken with the anime, which I think I actually like a little bit more than you. But I don't have a problem with it, considering it's a live action adaptation. They can't do as much as an anime can. I mean, anime does have a budget, but it's nowhere near as restricted, as a feature film, which has to, be accessible to a wide audience. And I just, as long as it captures the spirit of the anime, I'll be happy. And I don't have a problem with all the whitewashing controversy, because there's nothing that says that the character that Scarlett Johansson is playing, even in the anime, is strictly Japanese. In fact, she wears a Caucasoid shell, and Caucasoid is Caucasian, so I don't see what the big deal is.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
But regardless, it doesn't bother me that much. Is it a good movie? That's the thing that I care about more than whether or not it's an Asian playing the lead or vice versa. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually excited for that. Because I like sci-fi and it looks like my type of film. Now, Unlocked, definitely not excited for that. It can stay locked away forever. Like, this is some movie. It's like a thriller, like Born Identity, but with Naomi Rapace. I don't think I said her last name correctly.
So Rapace?
Rapace,
I'm not sure how you.
or
I'm not sure how you.
From Prometheus, the I Choose to Believe It lady. Here she plays an action hero. Which, excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't buy it at all. Some 90-pound Naomi Rapace going around kicking ass.
I figured on to say she plays an asshole. Instead of action, she plays an asshole. I'm like, I buy that.
No, that's perfect casting. If that's the case. But yeah, no thanks. Another one that I'm really totally no thanks on is a horror film called Wish Upon. This looks like a shitty year for horror, to be honest. Like, there's this one film called It Comes at Night that I'm kind of curious about, but you have Wish Upon, which looks like another generic PG-13 horror film that it will go in your ear, in your eye, then out your dick hole.
Sounds like an 80s song. Wish Upon.
Yeah.
Wish upon a star.
It says, it's from that same singer from Star Crystal. It's her second single on that album, Crystal of the Star. So her second single is Wish Upon a Star. It wasn't nearly as successful.
It's a sequel to Waiting for a Star to Fall.
But anyway, this one is like Wishmaster meets Carrie. This nerdy girl, well, not necessarily nerdy girl, but this just unpopular girl finds something that enables her to have her wishes granted. And, it's kind of like Wishmaster, too. So it's like Wishmaster meets Carrie. Which is, I think that's what I said already. But I'm just completely just flabbergasted by these amounts of just generic horror films lately in theaters. Like, really? It's the best
meets Toxic Avenger.
That's the best we can come up with. That's the best we can get for theatrical release.
Meets Toxic Avenger because they're as shitty as Trauma.
Totally. So, yeah, fuck Wish Upon. I might see it, but I probably won't see it in the theater. Circle. The Circle, I actually, with Emma Watson and Tom Hanks and John Boyega from Force Awakens, I like the premise of this. I think it's terrifying. I think it's a plausible future. It's, in a lot of ways to me, it's 1984 for millennials. It's like what happens if the social justice warriors end up getting their way. And,
gotcha.
And it seems pretty plausible to me, and that's what also makes it doubly terrifying. I also like, kind of sci-fi like that, so I'd be curious about that.
So it's kind of horror.
Yeah, a little bit.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. The other one is It Comes at Night. I love this teaser trailer. This is Hollywood. Take notes from this independent film, which probably won't get a theatrical release, and if it does, it will be very limited. This is how you do a teaser trailer. It doesn't give anything away. It just entices you and interests you. There's enough there to make you curious without giving anything away. You're just like, wow, okay, this
What was the
is
general plot that you got from the teaser?
I think it's something to do with there's this family, something's going on with somebody in the family, what it is, who knows, could be supernatural, could be disease related. I know it's a horror film, so it might be supernatural related. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I like that. I miss teasers like that just visually they're impressive, but also they just don't give too much away. And then it's just like, okay, all right, we'll see what happens.
Well, on a quick note, one horror film I do look forward to comes out this week, and it's Get Out.
Oh, yeah. I might see that this weekend, actually.
The film isn't even out yet and gets a 6.1. How does that work?
Oh, that's kind of a low rating, though, for a film that just...
Although on Rotten Tomatoes it has 100%, so...
Yeah. Well, I know that's a higher rating than Snatched will ever get. The new Amy Schumer film with Goldie Hawn.
Roll.
Which is just sad.
Plus, there's a lot of movies we like that people don't like. I mean, Delivers from Evil.
Oh, yeah, that was absolutely shredded by critics.
Or even users. People in general.
Well, Unfriended wasn't very... Didn't get a lot
hailed?
of... Wasn't critically acclaimed either.
Especially on the audience.
No.
But, I mean... Snatched, Goldie Hawn. I don't know when the last time she was in a movie.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So
Fist Fight I don't care about because it's 3 o'clock high.
Yeah, they say in the trailer, meet me at 3 o'clock.
I mean, it's like you're not even subtle about it.
And I remember hearing there is a scene where, except it's in a jail, where the lead guy hires someone to beat up the bully.
What?
It's in a jail.
So somebody saw 3 o'clock high and then was just like, and I've heard somebody say like in a message
and didn't
board,
credit it.
It was a remake of 3 o'clock high. I'm like, it's not credited on the credits anywhere.
I don't think a single person has mentioned it.
Yeah.
Who worked on it.
Baywatch looks pretty awful. Fate of the Furious looks more like a lot of fun. And Logan I'm really looking forward to. That's probably my next anticipated film, is Logan. Because I think that comes out pretty soon. And A Cure for Wellness, not seeing that anytime soon, folks. Sorry. I mean, it's 2 hours and 23 minutes. I'm not sitting in a theater for that long. For a movie I'm not even really that interested in.
I don't know if this is true, but the rumor on how long the new Fast and Furious is?
No, was it like 3 hours?
The rumor's 160 minutes.
Holy shit.
I don't know if that's true, but that's the rumor.
Damn.
That's 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Yeah. So...
That's the...
Well, hopefully it won't be as, much of a slog as some of the Transformers films lately. So now we're on, speaking of Transformers, let's transition into some news with Screen Rant. The first thing on here, they're talking about Star Wars 8, Benicio del Toro playing the son of some classic trilogy villain. I don't care. Metal Gear Solid director on PG-13 versus R-rated movie. I'm just going to say right off the bat, I mean, from what I've seen from flipping through a copy of Assassin's Creed, man, I don't trust Hollywood with video game movies.
No.
It's just like with the new Tomb Raider, it's just one of those things. It's like I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing.
No,
clearly. Deadpool 2, Kerry Washington responds to Domino casting rumors, whatever. Ragnarok includes the funniest version of Thor in MCU. That really doesn't jive well with me. I don't know about you.
There's more life to him than the Dark World.
Yeah, hopefully.
It depends what the story is.
Yeah,
what's the actual
exactly.
plot.
But
is the Hulk actually in it? I mean,
I think he's supposed to be.
How much?
How much?
5 minutes? It just depends on what they're doing.
Yeah. But I mean, the director is Taika Waititi, I think, the guy who directed What We Do in the Shadows. So was a vampire, that vampire
Oh yeah, you talked about that. Yeah.
fake documentary, which I had fun with, but I didn't love. Now, I just don't see how that type of director is the right choice for Thor 3. I mean, he's never done any action. He's never done anything like that. And he's talking about how it's going to include the funniest version of Thor. It's like, when I think of Thor, I don't automatically think of, ha ha ha, he's so funny. That's not really what I normally think of when I think of Thor. So that's what kind of worries me. It's like, are you going to put emphasis on the comedy over the storytelling or the action? Because if that's the case, that's really worrisome. But we'll see. Comes out in November of this year, and I'll give it a shot. But I don't know. I mean, come on. You got to be better than The Dark World, because that honestly, I would probably say, is the worst MCU film. Easily. The worst.
Yeah, I would say that.
Definitely,
I would agree with that.
definitely the most forgettable. I mean, Iron Man 3 sucks, but there's still more in that I like than in Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Kong Skull Island, I saw a recent trailer for that. I actually didn't mind it. It might be a potentially fun creature feature. It kind of looks like it might be, like with Peter Jackson's King Kong, but they're actually going to stay on Skull Island for majority of the film and show you more of the monsters and stuff like that. And that does intrigue me. And Gareth Edwards isn't directing it, so that's a plus. Although Tom Hiddleston as a lead, I guess, is kind of, I'm like, I don't know if I can really buy him as this type of character, but we'll see. I'll give him a shot.
Someone had messaged me. They heard the rumor that's definitely more of a fun action movie than Godzilla.
Well, that's what it looks like from the trailer, and if that's the case, I think I can, definitely get some fun out of it. And that's what enticed me about the movie, is watching the trailer. It's like, wow, this looks like a fun movie. Looks like a fun adventure film, like Indiana Jones again, or something like, but with like King Kong.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Talking about the visual effects of Tarkin and Rogue One, I never thought of this, but when Matt mentioned it in his rant on the film, I was like, yeah, like that didn't even sound like him. So what was the point of having this CGI Grand Moff Tarkin? And we didn't really even need him either. You just had him like Tarkin needs you on the call.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all this money and time on a CGI pediatrician that does not sound and looks weird.
Yeah.
And doesn't sound. And yet, what you could replicate, a guy in a Darth Vader suit, and James Earl Jones is alive.
Yeah.
And he's in it for like a minute.
Yeah.
So then he's the guy more people want to see.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense
They
whatsoever.
spend all this money on the CGI Leia, which
It
I'm
looks
like
really creepy.
weird. But I mean, Grant, people before this, I would think people would want to see more Vader, but maybe that's just me.
Well, that I would, after I saw the film, I wanted to see a Vader solo movie, or just wanted to see Vader kill everybody at the end. Which apparently there was some version of the film like that.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Yeah.
Logan confirmed to have a post-credit scene. Of course, it's a Marvel film. That's not. Oh my God! What a shocker! A Van Helsing reboot is as scary as possible, and guess who the screenwriter is, Matt? Eric Hessier. Hesserer.
Oh, right. The Thing prequel.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think he's done one good thing, and I think he worked on that Paul Walker film Hours. But
Yeah.
everything else was pretty piss poor. And either it was him or a guy pretending to be him who got pissed at me 10 years ago, whatever long it was.
First off, I just find this ironic. This guy, of all people, saying that he's going to aim to make the rebooted film as scary as possible, and he's got the chops to make it happen.
The Thing prequel guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is laughable.
Aquaman gets a filming start date. I don't give a shit about Aquaman, and I know I'm not the only one.
I don't care about the biography of Roman Reigns.
Superman punch.
I don't care about where he came from, how he got his beard, or how he got his fucking clothes.
Or how he got his body armor. I don't give a shit.
Or how the lead, or I mean the Shield, got together. I don't need to say a prequel to the Shield.
Oh man. Dun 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 dun.
Is that Aquaman's theme? I know it's the Shield's theme, but
no, that's
theme,
Roman Reigns' theme.
It was the Shield as well, and then they haven't changed his theme. The other two, because they're better.
Oh man,
anyway, that's another topic.
So Star Wars Rogue One is getting a Blu-ray. Just look at that photo right there. That sums up their acting ability. Both of them. They're about as flat as a 2D piece of paper. Just no emotion. She shows that very same emotion throughout the entire running time. And he pretty much does the same thing too, with his mouth open.
Makes sense.
Jurassic World 2. I said Jurassic Park 2 almost. Because when I think of Jurassic, I want to say Jurassic Park immediately. But then, we're talking about Jurassic World. I don't care what the plot details are. I really don't.
If it was R-rated and starred Jean-Claude Van Damme, I would care.
Yeah, so would I. That'd be fucking awesome.
And it's like, hey, I've seen this film called Carnosaur 2. Let's remake that in Carnosaur 3 and just
go for broke. Just go all balls out and have Van Damme kicking raptors in the face. I mean, who wouldn't like to see that? I mean, that's believable. Not the gymnastics girl kicking raptors in the face. It's JCVD.
Or it'll be a tie-in to John Wick 3. Like, he just kidnapped, and it's like, well, we can't kill him, so
we're going to try to have these dinosaurs kill John Wick.
We'll throw him in there.
I would pay to see that movie. Keanu Reeves just going in and just fucking up dinosaurs in Jurassic World.
Unfortunately, they picked the wrong man because he kills all the dinosaurs on the island, and then we get into John Wick 3 where he kills everybody in the world who's the assassin. So.
Awesome.
John Wick 2.5. There you go. Jurassic World 2.5.
Speaking of John Wick 3, Keanu Reeves is talking about his idea for the film. I think he talks about how it's just similar to what they were probably planning. I think the film has done well in the box office, I think, right? So hopefully John Wick Chapter 2. I know it made $30 million in the opening weekend, which is more than the first film did.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll be enough to warrant Chapter 3. I hope so, because Chapter 2 is fucking badass. And
yeah, I loved it.
I really want to see the third film because of that. I haven't been that excited to see a third film. I mean, well, I can't really say that about The Matrix because they already kind of had trailers for the second and third film kind of around the same time. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been that excited for a third film, in a franchise. I can't even think of the last one, to be honest. I was really excited for Spider-Man 3, and then, well, I saw it in the theater in IMAX, and admittedly I did like it a lot, but then I saw it on DVD, and I was like, this is nowhere near as good. This sucks. This is awful. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I'm really looking forward to. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Wonder Woman, I don't care. I could care less. I do not give a shit.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
The next thing here we have is...
Don't care about... Fucker theme song.
Yeah, I know. Everyone loves that theme song. Not everyone. I mean, a lot of people love that theme song. And if you do, that's cool.
Fine.
To each their own. But I never cared for it. I just think it's just generic as all hell. Ah.
Care? Dear for Diablo and 15-year-old looking heavy accent and shitty actress.
Yeah.
She was not, my opinion.
Well, mine too. Speaking of shitty, here we have the cast photo, the first cast photo for The Predator. Now, I know it's a cast photo.
With
Okay.
Jubilee. Jubilee from
yeah,
the
right
X
here,
cartoon.
Jubilee. What's she doing here? Directed by Shane Black with a script by Fred Decker. You know, I want Fred to.
Shane Black
get
doesn't even
better.
look like he wants to be there.
No, he doesn't.
He's like squinting, like, like he's taking a shit.
So, first off, where the fuck is Thomas Jane? You have a cast photo and Thomas Jane isn't even there?
Because he's not part of the main cast. That's what I was thinking. He's going to be like,
But the
What's that
fucking
guy?
kid is? A fucking
That guy?
kid is part of the main cast.
R.G. Armstrong, I believe, in Predator, the guy who's like, who's in the helicopter
Yeah.
at the end. You see at the end film. Maybe that's Thomas Jane, like that kind of shit.
But the fucking kid is a part of the main cast, but not Thomas Jane. First off, why the fuck is there a kid in the new Predator film?
Well, I mean, people just say, well, there's a kid in Aliens.
Yeah, but that's different. I mean, that actually fits, and that works.
for this, yeah.
And Newt, she didn't have to fight a xenomorph. With the Predator,
well, Predator's not going to kill a kid.
No, it's not either. But see, that's what I mean. It's pointless. Why the fuck do you have a kid in a Predator film? First off, the Predator's not going to hunt the kid because it's not a fair fight. So
Yeah,
what's the point of
sport.
having the kid? And actually, all of these people the Predator would look at and be like, no sport. I'm going to get in my spaceship and I'm going to leave.
You had Key and Peele.
I mean, I love Key. I love Keegan-Michael Key, but that is a terrible casting choice. That is just about as unbelievable of a casting choice when it comes to casting a badass
Yeah, on his Twitter, he does say partial cast.
as
so-
Adrian Brody in Predators. In fact, this is giving me bad flashbacks to Predators.
Well, I mean, I was just saying real quick. People could say, well, his Twitter says it's a partial cast. Like, that's the partial cast. So, at this time. But at the same time, you have these in the main group, and doesn't look like Thomas Jane's that important. I mean, I knew that from the get-go. I'm not surprised. These are your main guys.
But these are your main guys? These look like people that the Predator would wipe the floor with in less than 5 minutes.
I could maybe buy 2 guys on the left.
Yeah.
At least maybe the guy on the far left, because the other guy has his chin up so high, it's like he's going to break his neck.
He looks like 50 Cent. It's like, yeah, that's just what we needed, another 50 Cent.
He's 25 cents.
We needed $1.
He's a dime. That's his name, Dime.
You got the guy who I know he's in Logan, but he doesn't really look that like a believable badass to me. He looks like the missing Hemsworth brother.
He's Charlie Hunnam's brother.
You got Olivia Munn, who I'm sorry, she's just not a good actress, and she's just stick to TV or stick to banging her husband Aaron Rodgers. And you got Keegan-Michael Key, which just sticks out like a sore thumb. No matter, it doesn't matter what kind of straight face or badass face he tries to make. It's Key from Key and Peele. I'm sorry, and I love the guy, but that's just terrible casting. And the fucking kid, I'm sorry, I just can't get around. I can't get over the kid. It's like, why?
He's a big fan of Jubilee.
Is the kid gonna get killed in the first 10 minutes of the film, and get his spinal cord ripped out through his ass by the Predator?
No.
I wish. I know some people are like, oh my god, violence again. I mean, like that would be shocking, and that would actually be scary. That would make the stakes pretty high, and make it so, wow, this Predator isn't fucking around.
I'm wondering what the story is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care for this cast. And yeah, if they surprise me, cool.
Yeah,
But
I'll say that too if they surprise me. But I know it's just a cast
on
photo.
the
But
flip side, there's Predators.
yeah,
Have you seen Predators, folks out there? That cast kind of sucked too. Except erased the kinda.
yeah, that was a pretty shitty cast. But there were some people in that cast though that actually looked like they could believably kick some ass. All these people look like they're
Oh,
cosplaying.
Danny Trejo, who's like one of the first to die, or the first to die.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I mean, there was that one Russian guy, I think. I mean, I'm just talking about like
Yeah,
people with. I mean, where's the big guns? Where's the testosterone? Where's what made Predator, so badass? Where's all of that? I mean, you don't even have a Danny Glover type here, or even
no,
Bill Paxton.
Gary Busey could kill them all.
Exactly.
You got Gary Busey, Robert Davi, and Bill Paxton. I mean, Dane Glover.
This is just
He's in,
disappointing. I'm looking at it's a Predator. Oh, a Predator thing, and very disappointing. Predator. It's just a cast photo, but it's the first thing I've seen so far with the Predator, and it's not a good first image. I mean, you look at a publicity shot for Predator, the first film. I mean, you got Carl Weathers, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got
Bill,
Bill Duke,
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura, Sonny Landham.
Yeah.
This is just weak sauce. This reminds me of Expendables 3. It reminds me of the cast of wannabes from that movie. So yeah, that's disappointing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. I had no hope for the movie anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know I haven't seen the film. There's not even a trailer. It's not been filmed yet. Yes, I know, folks, but I have no hope because I saw Predators and AVP.
Yeah. And
Shane
AVP
Black
AVP
did
should have
Iron
been a
Man
sure
3.
thing, man. They fucked that up big time.
But what about Shane Black? You know what? Iron Man 3, I think, sucked, and Mike, you weren't even a big fan of The Nice Guys.
No, I thought it was there.
I mean, I liked it, but that's the reason why you're not looking forward to it, I'm sure, is like, The Nice Guys have a better cast, and you didn't even care much for that?
No, not really. I mean, I thought it was there. It's just maybe need to watch it again, but I thought it was disappointing. But it just made me. I'd rather watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. But that's just me. The Last Jedi, Star Wars. Yeah, The Last Jedi. Yeah, I definitely do feel ya, my friend. I mean, it's just like, that is a pretty bad title.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. Oh no, the Jedi is no. There's no return. It's the Last Jedi now.
There was no return.
Got Return to Sender.
Return to innocence.
Keanu Reeves is apparently open for a Matrix 4. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think he's open to any sequel if it's right, but it'll never happen.
Yeah.
The only way they'll do it is they'll reboot it.
Yeah, I'll see. I would see a
They'll remake
reboot
it.
before a fourth Matrix film because there's a lot of backlash for the sequels. I don't think they're that bad, but
No, I would see. I mean, if I had to choose, I guess I would see. I'm actually would rather see a sequel than a reboot. I'm just saying you don't need any more Matrix.
no.
And that if they did do it, it will be a reboot because
Yeah.
that's how they are nowadays.
That's how
like-
Hollywood operates.
They will reboot it because they're like, yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't yet.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised it hasn't.
Yeah. I mean, a sequel, it's like, nah, I don't know. I mean, the Wachowskis.
It's not needed.
Have you seen Jupiter Ascending?
No, I saw a trailer. That was enough.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet either, but I have it on Blu-ray and exclusively.
Maybe that's why there's no reboot because they still own it, and
Probably.
So they won't do anything with
They're
it,
kind
so-
of box office poison right now. Not kind of, they are. So
Yeah, and they won't do anything with it because it's
Yeah.
done, and I'm fine with that
Yeah, I think it's a
because
Matrix. They
I
told
like
the
the three
story.
movies.
I don't think there's really a need for another story anyway. So yeah, I'm
No,
cool with that.
yeah, I mean, I actually really liked all three, but
I do
it
too.
ended, and it was fine. I'm one of like four people in the world that was fine how it ended. So there you go. It's done.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I know it's the fifth one, and I should be like, oh, it should not be interested or whatever. But I like the latest trailer for this, and used a nice rendition of a Johnny Cash song in it, and I like the dark tone of it. So we'll see. We'll see if it's just maybe that's just how they advertise it, and then it's light and fluffy. But
Right.
we shall see. Namor, Donnie Yen is interested in playing the character. I'm not really a big fan of Namor the Submariner, but if Donnie Yen is playing Namor, I don't know, might be curious.
I know who Namor is, but other than
He's
that, I don't anything.
Marvel's answer to Aquaman,
Yeah,
pretty
I mean, I
much.
know that. I just other than that, I
Actually,
know
I think he was
nothing about.
around before Aquaman, if I remember correctly, or I could be wrong. I know he was around like in the 40s. I know that.
Hmm.
Doctor Strange, I liked that. I saw it. I liked it. The time reversal scene was awesome. Um, Shane Black reconfirms Predator's R rating because spines bleed.
That's cool.
That is cool. Zack Snyder confirms the Justice League trailer is coming soon.
To a direct video near you.
Oh man, it's crazy that the Justice League movie is like coming out, and I'm like just completely indifferent on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, closing this ad. Uh, Justice League. Does anyone really look forward to it? In the comments.
There's probably a lot
Do
of
you?
people who do, but
Okay, I would ask them as to why. Not in a mean way, I mean sincerely why.
well, I mean, I hear that apparently Justice League has a similar visual style to Batman vs Superman, which great. It's all
That's not a good
that's
thing.
not a good thing at all. That's bad. It's not a good sign.
I mean, I already know it'll make money, but I can almost. It's hard to have actual guarantee, but I can almost guarantee it'll suck ass at this point.
DC's track record with their cinematic universe has been awful.
Zero for
So
three.
yeah,
And Wonder Woman, I don't care. Even if people want to say it's a good movie, I don't like the character. I don't like this shitty actress. I don't like her fucking theme song. I don't like her.
yeah.
I don't give a shit about the
I can't
character,
stand Gal
so I'm not
Gadot.
going to
So
care.
yeah, I mean, because Gal
I'm,
Gadot, I just think she's a total just zero, total goose egg in terms of an actress. I've seen
and just
nothing from her that's made me like, oh wow, she can carry a film.
and to be honest, Wonder Woman's just one of those characters I never cared for. I just don't give a rat's ass.
She's not not
Some people just have characters you don't care about. Wonder Woman's one of them
she's
for
not
me.
very wondrous. And no, it's not
No,
sexist either. It's just I personally don't find her that interesting either. In all honesty,
it's
I've
not
never been a bit.
sexist.
Well, I mean, some people
I like
would.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, some people would be like that. Like you're sexist, like Wonder Woman. It's like I like Rogue. I like Jean Grey. Don't go there. Let's see, and I like Supergirl. You're talking the guy, one of the few people out there that likes the Supergirl movie with Helen Slater. I actually like that film. So let's start that shit with me. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Yeah, I saw Civil War. I really like Spider-Man. I love Tom Holland in it, and saw the trailers for this again, and I completely changed my mind. The script has been flipped. I really enjoyed the trailers this time around. So that shows you that sometimes things can change, and I'm actually looking forward to Spider-Man: Homecoming, especially to see Tom Holland go up against Michael Keaton. The Rock reveals Rampage. Okay, he's doing the Rampage video game movie. You know, where these guys, they turn into monsters and then...
Yeah, I remember the video game.
Do you think there's enough there for a film?
Who's the director?
I don't know for sure.
Is it Brad Payton?
Might be.
He fucking sucks.
I just love how he said that. It was just boom.
He fucking sucks. He did Journey 2. He did San Andreas. I saw that one Incarnate. That was a piece of shit.
Ah, yeah. Disappointing.
Yeah, I didn't tell Mike about it because we were both looking for it. I saw that. It was...
Stick with Dreamscape. Right?
Yeah, if you don't... Well, I don't know if I should spoil it, so okay. But anyway, yeah, Rampage. It's going to be San Andreas, but two very big CGI or creatures in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And The Rock, he's not going to do anything but run around and avoid CGI falling buildings. Like in San Andreas. I mean, I did not like San Andreas. It's going to be San Andreas, which I know they're doing a sequel to that. I'm like,
I don't like that
might as well
either.
be San Andreas 2. They might as well just combine the two. It's going to be the same fucking thing.
Well, apparently, I've heard these are rumors, but I don't know if they're confirmed or not. But I could see why Ben Affleck would be leery and might want to just jump ship. And also, the Batman, apparently Ben Affleck has been... Well, that's actually happened. Ben Affleck has been kicked out of the director's chair for the Batman, the solo Batman film.
Well, I heard he left.
Or he left.
He didn't want to be the director.
He didn't want to be the director, so he left.
And then they wanted Matt Reeves.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Matt Reeves left, and negotiations with him have broken down, so now they're still looking for a director. That shows you the state of things. When you were having a hard time getting a director for the solo Batman movie.
Yeah, a month before they're like, there's no script. And then a month later, yeah, there's a script. And then they can't make up their mind.
Well, I mean, that sums up their thought process. The Suicide Squad, I remember I said he had 6 weeks. But I looked it up again. The writer actually had 3.5 weeks, apparently, to write the script. That's insane.
Because I know that was one of the things Ben Affleck kept saying. He wants to do it right. And I'm sure they're rushing him. So he's like, fuck it, I don't want to direct it if you don't rush me. And then Live by Night flopped, so Warner Brothers is not on the Ben Affleck hype train.
No.
So they're like, fine, that's okay, we'll get someone else to direct, and they'll get some fucking puppet that they can pull on strings. And I wouldn't be surprised if after Batman, Ben Affleck walks.
Yeah.
That's if he doesn't walk before, but he probably won't. He's got a contract. He's got to act, and otherwise he'll get sued. So they'll find some fucking asshole to direct it.
Yeah, I could see him walking afterwards, and then maybe DC will just have to start over. I would hope that would be the case anyway. I think they should just scorch earth the motherfucker. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't shed any tears.
After Justice League, just scorch earth, scorch fucking earth. You know they're going to make the money anyway. It doesn't matter. Oh, you're going to piss off the fans who like the Zack Snyder version. Hey, that's cool. That's fine. You know, it is what it is. But I would rather just start over and do things right without all this fucking corporate meddling. But I don't even know if that'll happen because Warner Brothers is going to have to get out of the fucking way. And apparently it doesn't seem like they have any desire to do so. Because I hear rumors that Wonder Woman is a mess as well, and all of this, and it reminds me of Fan 4 Stick, how the studio just kept is just on the set all the time, and the studio just won't let certain directors or writers, make the film they want to make, and then go in and edit it, and then do all this other shit. And honestly, I'm speaking to the people who are fans of these movies, and there are a lot of them. I'm not one of them. But it seems like the version that actually makes any sense or actually has some scenes that actually help the film, it comes out on home video. So you might as well just wait until then anyway. and tell Warner Brothers to stick it where the sun don't shine, and don't go see the film in the theater. If you're one of those people that do have an issue with Warner Brothers and how they're operating and working with DC and handling things with the DCU, then just tell them where to stick it and just say and don't go see Justice League and Wonder Woman. Just let them know. Because if you're one of those people, it's like, oh, I don't like these movies, they've been terrible, and then you go and see it and pay and see it anyway, then you're not really helping, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I went hard there. But I mean, if you enjoy it, that's cool. But I mean, if you are one of those people that just hates how things are, then I mean, making it a hit is not going to help. Like, the only thing I think that'll actually get it through their head is if, oh, it bombs, and oh my god, we have a huge bomb on our hands. Wow, we need to do something different here. Or maybe not, because Warner Brothers is just really stubborn, apparently, lately. So, yeah. Split 2, I haven't seen Split, but I have heard about the end credits thing. And apparently the sequel is supposed to be kind of also an Unbreakable sequel. Now, from my perspective, that kind of irritates me. Like, can't you just make an Unbreakable 2?
I guess not.
I mean, I don't remember that movie being a bomb. Critics did like it. So
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't see why you can't just make it Unbreakable 2, but that's just me. The Purge 4? Oh, you're looking forward to that, right?
Hell no. There doesn't need to be any more Purge films at all. First one sucked, the last one sucked.
The only good one was the second one, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year for horror sounds awful, folks. Okay, we got the Wish Upon thing, we got Saw Legacy, another fucking Saw film. Because 7 wasn't enough. Apparently.
Guess not.
We have what is it?
Yeah, that Rings movie.
We got the Rings movie that apparently was atrocious.
Bombed.
Like, really bad.
The remake of It.
Yeah, you got Stephen King's It. Get the dark.
What do you think about that movie, Life?
That just looks
Jay Gyllenhaal,
generic and boring to me. It looks like The Thing in space, and I'll just watch The Thing by John Carpenter. Honestly, that's what it looks like to me. And the movie kind of looks like it screams bomb to me as well.
I'm sure it'll bomb. I'm curious because of the cast and.
Well, I'm kind of curious for the cast. I like Ryan Reynolds.
I haven't seen Alien rip off in a long time, but
I like Ryan Reynolds.
Good.
But it's just the trailers. Just other than the cast, they've just done nothing for me. I mean, it's just the cast, and that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the horror films, we got Saw Legacy. We got Insidious Chapter 4.
Because others were hits.
Yeah.
I only saw the first one.
So we just got mostly sequels.
Annabelle 2.
There's
that.
Mostly horror sequels. Nothing really that new. Yeah, a new Chucky, the
Cult of
Chucky. Sequel to Curse of Chucky. Great. And Don Mancini is back. Wonderful.
I think the Amity film's finally going to be released.
Amityville Awakening is finally waking up.
Maybe.
Out of its coma.
Let's just push back again.
It's about to come out and then boom, direct to video. It's like, why did you fucking do that in the first place? Direct to Netflix.
Yeah, that Flatliner sequel.
Yeah, that fucking shit. I completely forgot about that, yeah.
Requel, sequel, however the hell you want to call it.
That fucking shit coming
Sequel, reboot.
The Friday the 13th movie might have came out, but then Paramount was being a pair of pricks and was like, oh, we don't want to spend that much money. And then we're like, nope.
What was it, 20
Yeah,
million?
it was like $20 million. I'm like, really?
You'd make that opening weekend easily, based on the name. Let alone some foreign, let alone DVD,
I mean,
VOD.
20 million? Like now, I mean, back in the 80s, maybe that would have been like, whoa, no way, you know?
First
But
off, it doesn't take 20 million to make a Friday 13th movie.
no.
Second off, you would make double that. The 2009 film made like double that its opening weekend
Yeah.
or something. I mean, whatever.
Yeah. And then the Halloween film they're working on that we
Well, from
have
the director Pineapple
director
Express,
Pineapple Express and written by
Danny McBride.
Eastbound and Down's Danny McBride. I,
That's the sequel to Halloween 2.
yeah, because it's gonna erase
So,
Halloween 3. I'm like, what is that? That is
so
in
it's a
Halloween
remake of
4.
H2O.
It's gonna erase Halloween 4 as well.
So it's a remake of H2O.
Yeah, apparently.
H4O. What the hell you call it? I guess H4O. I mean,
yeah. The Conjuring Nun is getting a spin-off. No, thank you. The Nun does not need a spin-off movie. Please.
Annabelle was a hit, so
I don't know
they're gonna
why.
milk
That
it.
movie sucked. That was completely forgettable. But it made
You
money.
reviewed that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember that. The only thing I remember now about it is that one time when, like, I think the possessed doll or somebody, like, spears somebody or the doll gets speared. And I was just like, oh my god, spear! Spear! We got speared in half! Valerian, I don't know about that. I mean, I'm curious about it because, you know, it's Luc Besson going back to sci-fi. But this is a trailer, just the cast. A lot of ways it's the cast for me. Kind of just doesn't do it for me. So we'll see. But
They're remaking that movie Unhinged.
really?
Yeah, if anyone remembers that early 80s movie about friends that go up and one of those video nasties that really wasn't bloody at all. Yeah, remake of Unhinged.
Wow.
Because I remember reading that on another website. Arrow in the head.
The actor Boyd Holbrook, he says The Predator is not a sequel. And Schwarzenegger cameo is unlikely.
I thought Shane Black said it was a sequel.
Well, then he's saying it's not a sequel. But then maybe he changed his mind and now it is
Last time I heard this was Prometheus, and that movie sucked.
yeah, exactly.
It's a prequel. It's not a prequel. It's part of it. It's not part of it. People don't believe me. Read all the interviews before that film came out.
Yeah, go watch the interview too with Ridley Scott where he says he's going to scare the shit out of you.
Bore the shit out of me. Not scared.
Mel Gibson is apparently in talks to direct Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah, I heard that. I don't think he'd ever do it. I mean, unless he's desperate to get a popular movie out there to help his image.
Maybe.
And he worked with Warner Brothers. His Hacksaw Ridge, I don't know if it was a hit.
I think it made a decent amount, but it wasn't like huge box office smash.
So, unless he just
I don't even think
some
Bloodfather
movie
got a theatrical release, so
I doubt. I don't think so. It could be wrong, but it wasn't a big release if it
No.
did.
But we are speaking of sequels again that I'm not really looking forward to. Pacific Rim 2, yeah, more rim jobs.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that either. I have no interest.
Maybe it'll be good. I highly doubt it though. Oh, the Raid remake is alive.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's going to be directed by Joe Carnahan, and it'll be starring Frank Grillo.
You don't need a remake of The Raid. Just go watch Dread.
Exactly.
which did not rip off the Raid because they were already in production when the Raid
Yeah, and it also wrote the
being
screenplay
made.
before the Raid did. So,
So, but you got two movies like that.
would you make it PG-13? What's the point?
No, they'll make it R because Deadpool was a hit. That was R. So now they're
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, we did do it R, and then I'm like, just make your own fucking movie.
I agree. Enough of these fucking remakes. Here we have there's a Castlevania series on Netflix. It's supposed to be bloody and violent, apparently. I don't remember those games being bloody and violent.
Is it like a cartoon?
I don't know. I think it might be live action.
Oh, okay. But that was animated.
Well, it could be animated. I could be completely wrong. It probably is animated. If it's bloody and violent, I mean, that'd be crazy to see a bloody and violent animated show on Netflix. That would give me hope for a Deadpool show. I always thought Deadpool would make a great animated series.
I can see that.
Avatar 2, no. The Search for More Money. I think that's really what the subtitle should be. Avatar 2, The Search for More Money.
I mean, it'll make money, but
The luster
I
has
would
been
be
lost for that film because there's a lot of people who just are not really that big fans of it, and have honestly they missed the boat. I mean, they waited way too long to do a sequel to that.
when did the first one come out?
Fucking, I was still in Oklahoma. 2009, 2008.
It's a long time ago.
I think it was like 2009 or something. It was a while ago.
2009.
Yeah.
It's 8 years.
I know.
I mean, I don't care. I mean,
I don't either. I mean, it's just, who cares about another Avatar movie? What storylines are they gonna rip off next?
Field of Dreams.
If you built it, they will come.
Or The Untouchables. Some other camera. The fucking.
Some other Disney movie that's not Pocahontas. Honestly, I would rather see Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious about it.
Because I'm curious about Bill and Ted 3. I mean, because apparently Keanu and Alex are still very passionate about Bill and Ted, and they clearly are because they did new interviews for the Shout Factory set. And you know, I do kind of chuckle at the idea of Bill and Ted being in their 50s, have already had kids, and they still haven't wrote that song that saves the world. You know, so
It depends if it ends up like Dumb and Dumber 2.
yeah, that's the problem.
That's the thing. And you name in one hand how many good sequels in the past 10 years.
Yeah, it's John Wick Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
And well, I know you like The Purge too.
Yeah, and I like the collection.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like a
Winter
sequel
Soldier.
to an old. Yeah, but I mean, like a sequel to an older movie.
Oh yeah, like
but even
that.
I guess, especially that. I mean,
Damn, that's been a long time.
I mean, in general,
Was Live Free or Die like Rambo and like Live Free or Die Hard like some of the last ones?
Rambo was 2008. The Free Die Hard was 2007. So you had Dumb and Dumber 2, you had Independence Day 2, you had Jurassic World, you had The Force Awakens.
Rocky Balboa was good, but that was also
2006.
2006.
Good Day Die Hard. Yeah.
It's a good day to die.
Universal Soldier Regeneration, Day of Reckoning. Yeah. I can't even think of other sequels.
I can't either.
And the ones I do were bad. I mean,
What are you just trying to think of, like, oh, good sequels are the best? Sure as fuck wasn't the
yeah, I
Wolverine,
mean,
or stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty few and far between, to be honest. But speaking of good
yeah,
sequels, John Wick 2 director Chad Stahelski, apparently he wants to bring his style to James Bond, and I would be up for that. I would totally see a James Bond film directed by the director of John Wick Chapter 2.
yeah. Well, I mean, the James Bond films, usually their action scenes are pretty stellar anyway.
Yeah, but I mean,
I mean, Skyfall was great.
yeah.
Only the action specter was bad. At
Eh,
least that's my
I
opinion.
thought it was pretty forgettable for the most part, but that's just me personally. Especially compare it to anything in John Wick Chapter 2.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can say I like John Wick 2 more, yeah.
But yeah, Dune. There's gonna be a new Dune film. Dennis Villeneuve. I don't know if I said his last name correctly. He's going to do it. He calls it his project of his life. I'm like, okay, all right. As long as it doesn't look as drab and boring as Arrival does, then
I haven't seen
then
that.
I will be good with it. But I mean, I'm a huge fan of David Lynch's Dune. I haven't really read the novel. I know, blasphemy, whatever. But I love David Lynch's Dune. It's one of the most visually stunning films ever, in my opinion, and I don't see how a CGI laden reboot in today's day and age is going to be as amazing, but we'll see what happens. Dune is a very hard thing to adapt, even from what I have heard about the novel, because I've read things about the differences between the novel and the movie. So I do kind of know the gist in the novel, but the novel, it seems like it's just a really complicated story, so it'd be kind of hard to do it justice on film. There was also already a miniseries already but that was a miniseries on Sci-Fi Channel. It was pretty cheap, so this will probably definitely be an upgrade over that. Blade Runner 2049. I am curious about that. I think that's definitely curious. So it sounds like something I would be interested in. I just hope it doesn't kill off Harrison Ford.
Right.
That's something I'm worried
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I would not want that to happen. Yeah, that's something the film I'm very curious about, considering it was
And it's
John
from the
Wick
same
2, then Blade
director, I
Runner
believe. I think it's from the same director.
of Arrival.
Yeah,
And what was that one you saw, Sicario?
Sicario, which I did like.
Alright. I hope it doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, so do I. And we'll end this episode of Talking Cinema with a little bit of info, a little for Tales from the Crypt, the new canceled. Thank God, thank the gods. Reboot with M Night Shyamalan Ding Dong, who, yes, I know is the new flavor of the week because of Split, but I don't know. Part of me is I'm just like, okay, it's a PG-13 horror film. Like, how? I shall see for myself, but I don't really see how this is gonna be like the new groundbreaker. The one that proves that M Night is back. But we shall see. Now, with Tales from the Crypt, the latest thing is Bloody Disgusting. That's where I'm on right now. They shared these promo videos that were apparently supposed to show on TNT, but didn't because apparently the show got canceled. Now, I've heard it might have been for rights issues, which is interesting. Whatever it is, I'm glad because I really did not like the idea behind it. From what I heard one of two things. One, that it was not really an anthology show. It was just a kind of a ripoff of American Horror Story, but with Tales from the Crypt in the title. Another one was that it was going to have stories and stuff, but it was Tales from the Crypt in name only because there's no John Kassir and they're voicing the Crypt Keeper, and there's no Crypt Keeper puppet. If you don't have any Crypt Keeper puppet and John Kassir isn't involved voicing the Crypt Keeper puppet, I don't fucking care. I don't want to watch it. I'm not the only one. That's not Tales from the Crypt. That's something else entirely. I don't want to see a reimagining of Tales from the Crypt, which is my favorite television show of all time. I really don't. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the show come back on HBO with John Kassir and the puppet, and I don't see any reason why it couldn't. It still has a huge fan base. This nostalgia thing is popular as ever, this 90s nostalgia boom. Why the hell is HBO not even considering doing this themselves? That's what I'd like to know. I mean, it was one of the biggest shows for them in the when it originally aired. It was a huge hit. So, and it honestly paved the way for a lot of these other edgier cable shows. It showed that HBO could compete with network television. But that's another story. That's another video. But Tales from the Crypt, the reboot. This trailer I saw, I'm not going to show it because copyright, claims, all that shit.
Right.
Pretty much what this is, M. Night is sitting there. He's talking about what he feels that Tales from the Crypt is going to be, and he's also talking about his horror block that was going to be the TNT thing. First off, Tales from the Crypt being on TNT doesn't sound right. Also, it's TNT. Like, can you really be as gory and as violent and have, titties and all this other stuff like you had in Tales from the Crypt on HBO, on TNT?
Well, I mean, remember, Tales from the Crypt is not one of the bloodiest shows ever.
Oh, that fucking bullshit list on fucking Watch Mojo. Yeah. Didn't even fucking give it an honorable mention. Fuck Watch Mojo. Watch Mojo. They're full of shit. And they've clearly never seen Tales from the Crypt.
Maybe they're subscribed to Watch Mojo.
You're like The Walking Dead is number one, and I'm like, Forever Ambergris is bloodier than some episodes of Walking Dead just by itself.
Yeah.
So that is unbelievable to me, but that's how it is. A lot of people. It's like Tales from the Crypt. What show? What? I'm like, if you don't know what Tales from the Crypt is, and you're a horror fan, go out and see the show. Go check it out. You'll thank me later. Now,
I'm surprised they didn't bring back like Twilight Zone or
do that
or
again.
Outer Limits.
That's a very underrated reboot. The Outer Limits reboot in the 90s. Like, barely anybody talks about that show. I would love to get it, but it's like expensive to get all the seasons. But yeah, I like that more than the original Outer Limits. I thought it was an improvement over it. There's another, the Twilight Zone. They did a reboot in the 2000s. I think it was Forrest Whitaker. Was he the host?
I can't remember.
It could have been him, or it could have been Lawrence Fishburne. I think it was Forrest Whitaker, actually. I could be mistaken, though, but I know there was like a reboot on UPN that lasted for a season, I think, and it was canceled. But Tales from the Crypt, so this promo thing, it shows a lot of footage from other movies, including like Evil Dead 2 and It Follows and a few other things. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with Tales from the Crypt. What the hell is this? It's just showing all these like clips from other horror movies, and this is kind of where M. Night Shyamalan is talking about how this is what the kind of films you would see in this horror block. I'm like, yeah, on TNT? Really? And I was very inspired by Tales from the Crypt and all of this, and I'm like, maybe, I don't know. Kind of called bullshit on that, but okay. And he's talking about how, be respectful to it and all that, and reimagining with a new Crypt Keeper and all that. And I'm like, I don't want to see a new Crypt Keeper. I don't think anyone that I know of who's a fan of the show wants to see a new Crypt Keeper. Was it going to be like that old man from the 70s movie? And yes, I know the original comics had a different Crypt Keeper than the HBO show, but most people want to see the puppet. Let's just be honest. That's like if you did a reimagining of Alf and you didn't have a puppet of Alf.
Well, yeah, especially he says he's the title character.
Yeah, so you had something else. It didn't look like Alf. It was called Alf, but it was a different design, and it wasn't a
yeah,
puppet.
the A-Team, but no B.A. Baracus.
But yeah,
Well,
Tales from the Crypt, the reboot series, it's been canceled. Now TNT has said that, it might come back. I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays buried. Because I just have no desire to see this name-only Tales from the Crypt bullshit with M. Night Shyamalan. Or Schlong, M. Night Shyamalan hosting it or being behind it or any of that.
I don't want to see anything involved with M. Night ever again.
After the visit, you're just like, I'm done. Even with the split, all the praise and
I don't care. I mean, I don't like James McAvoy. It's not like it's the first time a movie's gotten good reviews. It's a movie I don't like.
Yeah.
And last 10 years, he's sucked.
I agree.
The Visit sucked. The Visit got good reviews.
The Happening. What? No.
But didn't you even say The Visit got good reviews?
Yeah, and what's funny about this Tales from the Crypt promo is that there's footage from The Happening in it. Like, it's like a serious edited trailer, and he's talking about his M. Night Shyamalan's stories of horror, and they have a footage from The Happening. I mean, it's not like the what no thing, or are you eyeing my lemon drink, boy? But it's like the suicide thing. But still, I'm just like, it's from The Happening. I mean...
So they're all comedies. Every Tales from the Crypt is going to be a comedy. Or it was going to be. Yeah, The Visit got praised. 64% Rotten Tomatoes. That's a piece of shit, so...
Yeah.
People like that film. That's fine. That's not me.
Not me either. I hate that
Not for
movie.
me.
I hated that film. Fucking annoying ass wigger kid, rapping, dirty diapers. Pissed me off because of the way it was talking and discussing mental illness. That is infuriating.
Dumbest fucking people on the planet.
Yeah. Awful.
Hey, this old woman has a knife and is bare ass naked and is trying to stab your door. She's just old. Old people do that. She's just old.
What kind of old people are you hanging around with?
Yeah, but she's naked and she's got a knife. Yeah, they're just old. Once again, the dumbest fucking people on the planet.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was I don't want to see a Tales from the Crypt show with him supervising it.
With the dumbest people on the planet.
And so that's dead, and I hope it stays dead. And I also hope I think there was a rumor of Tales from the Dark Side reboot as well. It's going to be on the CW. And I haven't heard anything about that since either. Maybe they did a pilot and then it never aired because it sucked so much.
You know, you mentioned TNT. I wish they would reboot Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that. That would be cool.
I don't know how, but I don't know, like, somehow, some way, just reboot Monster Vision, have Joe Bob Briggs back. He's not doing anything.
I mean, that's what a lot of people remember TNT for, is stuff like that.
And even he complained about the TNT censors all the time on the show. Because they would cut shit out of the
So, like,
movies.
how are we going to have Tales from the Crypt on TNT?
I guess because all these movies like Hannibal, they get away with all this.
I know TNT lately is kind of lax.
That's why.
They've kind of went back on their censorship and stuff like that, but I still don't think they'd be able to get away with nearly as much as HBO.
No.
But
or just have a Netflix show.
Yeah, I would watch the hell out of a Tales from the Crypt Netflix show. I could see that happening. You know, you could have Tales from the Crypt come back. You could get Tales from the Crypt on Netflix, uh, and then have some new episodes with John Cassier coming back and voicing the puppet. I could totally see that. That'd be fun. I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, Unsolved Mysteries is back on Amazon, so I never thought
So
in a
that's
million.
why.
I,
So that's why they gave you and
oh yeah.
you so much trouble.
Yeah, but
Fuck them.
John and
They
Terry.
can suck my dick. John and Terry, if you hear this, you can suck my dick. You can eat my ass. Go fuck yourself. Or
I
you
love-
both can go fuck each other, have a 69, and then go fuck yourself. You pieces of shit. Eat shit.
Awesome.
You can eat my shit.
Awesome.
That's
Anyway,
me saying it. Go fuck yourself.
awesome. But anyway, yeah. Speaking of go fuck yourself, I definitely got to give this Tales from the Crypt reboot a go fuck yourself and eat shit and die and stay dead. And I don't know what else to say, folks, except thank you. Thanks for watching and listening to this new episode of Talking Cinema. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you later. See ya.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
All right.